Uh, All right.
Hey, Walt. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, Sharon. How
Mm.
are you today?
I'm here.
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
You
Uh-oh.
know,
Don't get any ideas,
uh-oh.
puppy.
Uh-oh, you got a
I think
special
we
guest.
we got we got a sick puppy, I think. So we'll hope he doesn't get sick during our live. This is what happens when you go live,
Yeah,
right?
you go right live and you get the real deal
Yeah.
coming right at you.
Yeah.
Well, I know then we'll just kind of probably get right to it because we certainly want to make sure that we can respect whatever care you may need to and be able to enable.
I do
Um,
people. I don't do pets.
yeah,
Well, we'll
I
figure it out, right?
I leave that to my significant other. She's the pet monster, pet
Yep.
master.
Yep.
Um, but we were talking earlier today and kind of sharing the last few days and things that things that come up, and we came up with this crazy topic, and
Yep.
I think it should resonate with a lot of people because you know you always say to yourself, have you ever had a day? And I mean a day, right? And so Sharon, have you ever had a day?
Oof. You know, I've had my fair share of days, but I've had a day recently. Um, Really, it's quite emotional, actually, and I know, we come on here and we talk about, health and wellness and living your best life. And, you know, today we showed up regardless of the fact that we had a day, right? Oh, that's my mother who just landed in Newark Airport. Um, so I want to share my story for a minute about the day that I want to refer to. Is that okay?
Sure. Perfect.
So, many people know I'm a physician, and I was in one community for a very long time, and then I had the privilege of opening up a new practice close to home. Got to build something pretty much from the ground up. Got the decorations, the works, and it was phenomenal. It was exactly what I pictured my life to be. After 20 years in medicine, and things changed, medicine changed, hospitals were closed, and I had to make a decision to leave. And well, I was forced to leave. But I made a decision to take my passion elsewhere for the patients, for who I was serving, to explore an opportunity within a virtual platform for a whole nother community that needed care. And it was great for a while. And then I realized I got to make a choice for me. I had to make a choice to say, I can still do really great things in my work as a physician, but I need to do it in a place and a time and a fashion and in a community where I'm also taking care of myself. And that was tough. But as tough as it was to go through the challenge of what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? And flubbing my way through the mundane, get up and do the same thing every day. Once I came to a realization of what I needed, I um I had this release come across me. This weight has been lifted off of me. But the moments that um it brought me whereas it was not just one day, it was several days. And today earlier I had one of those days. And I called you and I was like, I don't know if I have it in me. I don't know what to talk about tonight. And you said, and you said, what's going on?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about you?
And I can relate to the same type of thing. I had a day that reminded me of a the type of day that used to always get under my skin, and it still does. And it's you start to collaborate on a project. You start to put in a lot of time, and you put in a lot of sweat equity when you're working on a project or working with a group, or working with a partner on producing something that has a vision to it, or a vision that was joined at the beginning. And then as it developed, the idea developed, the concept to develop, proof of concept perhaps, and then all of a sudden, after all this work, sometimes, hours after the normal day may end, you find yourself in that position to where it's all ready to go to market per se, where you're ready to do that presentation and roll it out to a large group of people because you think you finally have it put together, and the person you're working with backs out and kind of doesn't necessarily leave you high and dry on the work, but leaves you high and dry.
Yeah.
And I can just say that that's something that when you invest that amount of time and that emotional energy, right? Not
Mhm.
just the physical energy and the mindfulness of putting things together, but the emotional energy that you put into trying and create something successful. Um, when it gets swept under the rug and then you're left alone to have to kind of piece together the final things and then share it with the group. There are things in that element that you're not the subject matter expert on because you wouldn't necessarily spend 100% of the time putting together the material.
Right.
And nobody wants to go in front of a big group or even an intimate small group and flub their way through like we do every Wednesday.
I
Nobody
was
can.
just gonna say, just like right now, right? I
But
didn't have the heart.
it was still, and it just, just gets at you for a while. And it's when that competitive side that, anyone who knows me, or has watched me at times has seen that competitive side come out. And it's one of those things that really kind of gets under my skin. And not a lot of things do on a daily, but I would say that, yeah, when you ever have a day. And I think that a lot of people out there, can probably relate to having that day. Um, and it could be with a significant other. It could be in a work environment. It could be, something completely out of the blue. You get news of something from someone, and all of a sudden you've had a day.
Yeah.
And, hopefully us sharing a couple of those things that, we've experienced in different genres, if you will, um, can help you to understand that you can get through it, right? Sharon and I were kind of working through it together, and I'm sure, we all have those people we can work through those things together.
Yeah.
Um, but it's one of those things that you can't, you got to keep your eye on the prize, whatever that prize may be, and we talk about it all the time. What are some of your thoughts on that, Sharon?
Yeah, we talked about, what do we do tonight? But we showed up. We you don't even want to know, like, this is as nice as I've looked all day today. Like, showed up because what's most important is that despite the struggle, you show up. We learn from it. You grow through it. You see, like, the prize, the goal, the end results. And you get to be real with people. We are two very healthy individuals. A lot of people out there are not. And they might look at us and go, "Oh, well, they're healthy. They have it." No, they don't have it easy. Life is inherently not easy, and it's not stable. But we show up, we learn, we talk to one another. We have community to support us, and we have the tools of just, you know what? I'm just going to breathe through this. I'm going to appreciate the opportunity. I'm going to be present in this moment, and I'm going to look forward to what's next. And to have a project kind of almost fall apart in front of you, it's like, but you don't wallow in that, right?
Now you got to pick up, go by your bootstraps and pull them up nice and tight and just say, you know what, we're going to get it done. And, there's a reward factor to seeing it to completion that, over and above the emotional challenges of, having things fall apart or blunder a little bit. You can't prevent everything and you can't predict the future, but what you can do, like you said, is show up every day, live in the present, think in the now, and act in the future, if you will. Um, and I think that that's kind of what helps to get through all these things because you never know when life's going to get in the way. And when you think about all the things that you want to wake up for the next day, right? And be joyful that number one, we're waking up the next day and we're feeling good. and that we're going to go out into our communities and experience things and within our families and with our loved ones. And, they owe it, or we owe it to them, I think, to be there in the best version of ourselves. And sometimes, you have to experience these pitfalls, if you will, of a day and overcome. So
Yeah.
that's it's kind of been the challenge right now. And I think that everyone can relate to that. And, if you ever have a day, I think that our motto of stop, challenge, and choose, in any way that you select to enact that, you'll find your way on a healthier path to a good solution.
Yeah, absolutely. One real quick thing is that I was sharing with somebody earlier this week. She's been struggling with something, and what normally fills her up is helping another person. And then she wasn't ready to receive assistance. Okay, but if what makes you happy is serving another person, go serve one person. And we show up here no matter what's going on, because inside deep and our passion, our mission, our drive is to show people you show up, you live, you get to connect and bond on certain levels that, yeah, we get it. We know the struggles. We know that it takes hard work to choose to be healthy, not just physically, but up here. So today's day that it was is no longer going to be that day. It's done. It's behind us. I'm going to actually
Water off a duck's back. We're gonna head
That's
up
right.
tomorrow and attack a new one.
Heck yeah, we're going to start that in the next 15 minutes once I get this dog taken care of.
There you go.
Here we go. So if anybody has any tips for how to help a nauseous dog, send me a
Put them
message.
in the chat
Put
or
them in
in
the
the
chat.
comments.
Call me, FaceTime me, whatever. I don't know anything about pets for sickness. But Walt, thank you. Thanks for listening to me earlier. And, just sharing a little bit about, sometimes you just have a day and we can own it and we can move through it.
Yep, I hear you. Have a great night, everybody.
Thanks.
See you next
Bye.
week.